All right, I'm still a little sick here. Let's see if I can do this. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Hey, still got it, despite the fact that I've been sick for the past week. That was pretty good. Happy Friday, everybody. Hope your day and your week are going well so far. We have survived the week. The weekend is here, TGI Friday, and with a new Friday, a new day, we have a new NBA player prop video to share with you guys. Our Freaky Friday 5-leg parlay is today. I'm really excited to share it with you guys. But first, as always, people, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, drop a comment down below, all that good stuff. We are on the road to 100,000 subscribers, and when you hit the subscribe button down below, we get there just a little bit sooner. We are more than 67% of the way there, so help us get there just a little bit sooner. Also, don't forget to comment the hashtag ride of the day for a chance for your pick to be featured in the pinned comment. It's very simple. All you have to do is comment hashtag ride of the day followed by your pick, and we could feature it in the pinned comment along with all of my picks. Like I said, guys, Freaky Friday 5-leg parlay. If you notice the glasses, you notice the look, you know what that means. Money gun! It's always a good day when the money gun comes out and we let the money just fly around here. It's a great day. We had a fantastic day today. We swept yesterday's slate. We had 3 straight props trying to clean up all this money now. You know what? Fuck it. Just let it fly. Who cares? We'll clean it up afterwards. We had 3 straight props yesterday, and we cashed a 4-leg parlay. So we'll go a quick little recap of yesterday before we dive into today's picks. All right, guys, so here's our straight prop recap. Again, I gave up 3 bets yesterday in the straight prop segment. DeAndre Ayton over 23.5 points hit. CJ McCollum over 28.5 points plus assists hit. And Cam Whitmore over 12.5 points plus assists hit. Honestly, the McCollum and Whitmore props were pretty easy cashes. McCollum and Whitmore both covered that in points alone, never mind assists. Ayton finished with 25 points, so he did cash it by about 1 over what we needed. So a little closer there, but still a confident cash. And then here is our 4-leg parlay recap for yesterday. We had a plus 382 cash. I will be, I will be honest. We were a little conservative last night. It still was a plus 382 parlay. Pretty good odds there. So we can't really complain too much. We were a little conservative. Again, we basically just threw the same 3 straight bets. We just took alternate lines, and we also threw in the Isaiah Hartenstein prop as well. Again, you see the Ayton prop, and originally we got it for 23.5. We got it here for 19.5. And so on and so forth. The Hartenstein over 17.5 points plus rebounds plus assists. Again, all these confidently cashed last night. Again, plus 382, pretty solid. Again, could we have gone a little more aggressive and up those odds? Sure, but you know what? We can never criticize a hit. Plus 382 is still pretty good value there. So a nice hit. Since Friday now, because if you remember last Friday, we cashed our 5-leg. Actually, I think it was 6 legs last week. We cashed our Freaky Friday parlay last Friday. So since Friday, I've only done 3 videos. From Friday, I did Friday, Saturday, and yesterday. I've been sick. We've cashed 2 of the last 3 parlays. We're up about 11 units since Friday on our parlays. So yes, that's the parlay game, guys. Sometimes it's ebbs and flows. Sometimes we have cold streaks, and then you get a streak like this where we've cashed 2 parlays in the last couple videos, and we're up almost 11 units since Friday. So really good. Let's keep it going here. I got a 5-leg parlay plus 905 odds for today's slate that I'm very excited about. Let's dive in. All right, let's switch over to the Outlier screen now, guys. If you don't know what Outlier is, they are truly the best sports betting tool on the market, and they are the official sponsor of today's video. There is a special link in the description below to give you a 7-day free trial to check it out for yourself. You've got nothing to lose here, guys. You try it for 7 days. You don't like it. You just get rid of it. But I guarantee you guys will not be disappointed with Outlier. It truly is a fantastic tool. If you watch my videos, you know how it's used. I have a ton of resources too. There's a video in the end of the video will pop up that will show you guys how I use Outlier. So there's a lot of cool stuff in here, especially with baseball, basketball, all this stuff. With NBA playoffs coming up, it's a really good tool to have. So one more time, guys, link in the description below, 7-day free trial to check Outlier out for yourself. You guys will not regret it. Okay. First leg of our 5-leg parlay. Excuse me, guys, if I do pause sometimes. Like I said, I'm still a little sick here, trying to power through it. Also, just a little quick, one last thing. I'm not doing MLB video today. I will be back with MLB tomorrow. Doing one video is hard enough right now, coming over the sickness. But doing 2 videos, I just can't do it. So I've decided with the NBA season being over, I would do the NBA videos and not the MLB ones. But I will be back with MLB tomorrow with tomorrow's video. All right, first leg of our 5-leg parlay. Let's stay focused here. We have Karis LeVert in the Pacers-Cavs game, 7:30 p.m. tip-off. We're going Karis LeVert over 19.5 points plus rebounds plus assists. This is an alternate line. Most of these are all alternate lines here for this parlay. We're getting on DraftKings for minus 215 odds here. You see the data is pretty strong. He's cashed this in 7 of his last 10 games. 70% hit rate. He's averaging 22.4 points plus rebounds plus assists per game. He's cashed it in 3 straight games. Also, you see his last 20 games. Still pretty solid data. 70% hit rate. 14 of his last 20 games, averaging 25.15 points plus rebounds plus assists per game. For the most part, he's usually hovering around this line with the misses. The only time it's a big miss, here was that overtime loss to Miami. You see he only had 1.3 rebounds, 2 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. On the 2023 season so far, a 61% hit rate, 41 out of 67 games this year. He has cashed this over. You see here 23.15 points plus rebounds plus assists per game for LeVert. And head-to-head data, pretty good too. You see he's cashed it each of the last 6 times he's faced the Pacers, dating back to December of last year. He has cashed his over. All 3 times he's played the Pacers this year, he has cashed it with some pretty big games. You see the last time they played on March 18th, an overtime win for Cleveland, he had 23 points, 8 rebounds, and 11 assists. And it makes sense. The Pacers overall are one of the worst defensive teams in the NBA this year. Bottom 3 in the league, giving up 120 points per game to opposing teams. LeVert, who plays shooting guard, he kind of switches around between shooting guard, small forward, but you see here, points allowed versus the shooting guard position, they are bottom 5. He's going to cover this mostly in points. The rebounds and assists are just to add a couple more things in there, although he does have quite a few assists. I believe he's going to cover this in mostly points alone. LeVert's averaging about 30 minutes per game over the last 10 games here. But you see his last 4 or 5. You see the minutes have dropped a little bit since Donovan Mitchell has been back. Let's go ahead and put a filter on here. Let's go ahead and just see what it looks like. You saw yesterday it was pretty successful when we put the filter for minutes played. Let's go ahead and look at Caris LeVert here. Minutes per game. We're going to go ahead and move this to, let's do 25. We don't need to go that specific. 20. We'll do 25. All right, and we'll go ahead and say between 25 and we'll say between 25 and 30 minutes. It looks like they updated this a little bit. This is definitely different than it was yesterday. I can't really see here. Do 30. I think this is 30. That's 31. Sorry about this, guys. You're seeing it live. Yeah, I think it's 30. That's a little update there from Outlier. Not sure how great that is. Can't really see. But okay, when he plays between 25 and 30 minutes per game, you see here a 56% hit rate, 14 out of 25 games. He's averaging 21.72 points per game. Let's go ahead and see. So that's what that looks like. Let's go ahead and see if we up that to 27 minutes. All right, still about 56%, 10 out of 18 games there for LeVert. Now let's go ahead and up this to, I can't see that. 30. That's 35 minutes. So it looks like if he plays between 29 and 35 minutes, you see a 70% hit rate. So it's really, we'll see what the minutes look like for LeVert tonight. And we'll go ahead and clear that filter out there. There we go. So a lot of it's minutes based, right? With him, a lot of it, still a solid hit rate, even when he doesn't play, when he plays less than 30 minutes. You see, he still hits it at a 56% hit rate. A lot of it will be minutes. He is averaging 30 minutes a game. I know you see here versus the Clippers, he had played 36 minutes. I mean, he is at a couple lower minutes there, but for the most part, you see he plays a lot. I think in a game like this late in the season, the Cavs have had injuries. Mitchell has been banged up. I have a feeling LeVert will play a lot of minutes in this game, and you see the last couple times he's played the Pacers, his minutes played are up there. You see here, even like in November, that game was the lowest one he had minutes wise. He still played 30 minutes in that game. Last time they played, he had 38 minutes, 44 minutes back in October. I'm expecting him to play somewhere in the ballpark of 30 minutes, so I feel pretty confident here about the cash rate. Great defensive matchup, and again, the data is pretty solid overall for LeVert. All right, guys, second leg of our 5-leg parlay. We're going Hawks, Timberwolves. We're going Jaden McDaniels of the Minnesota Timberwolves over 11.5 points plus rebounds. Again, alternate line against for minus 200 there on DraftKings. He's cashed this in 7 of his last 10 games. You stretch that data to his last 20, a still 70% hit rate, 14 of his last 20 games. He's averaging 14.75 points plus rebounds per game. On the 2023 season so far with this number, a 63% hit rate, 44 out of 70 games he's cashed over. He's averaging 13.73 points plus rebounds per game. And looking at the head-to-head data, each of the last 3 times he's faced off with Atlanta, including the one time he played Atlanta this year, he has cashed this over. You look at Atlanta defensively versus small forwards on the year. They are bottom 10 defensively, giving up 20.8 points per game to opposing small forwards here. And Atlanta, look, the injury report is it's laughable. It really is. They're missing so many guys. No Jalen Johnson. Obviously, we know no Trae Young, no Onyeka Okongwu. Or actually, Trae Young looks like he's off the injury report for tonight. This is the first time in a while. I don't see Trae Young here. on the injury report. So I guess Trae Young is back for them. But they're sitting a lot of guys out. Obviously, Clint Capella, he's game time decision for rest reasons. A couple guys out. DeJounte Murray's a game time decision. So obviously here the Hawks, a lot of key guys out. They do, I guess, have Trae Young back tonight. I don't know how much that'll actually impact Jaden McDaniels and all of this. But I do like the spot here for McDaniels. Again, you see with their small forward position, no Seth Lundy, no Jalen Johnson, no Sadiq Bey. I don't know who's playing small forward for the Hawks tonight, but whoever it is, I don't think it's a pretty good defensive matchup, I think, for Jaden McDaniels. Obviously, overall on the year, you see Atlanta bottom 3 defensively, giving up 120 points per game, about tie with Indiana. Same points per game allowed to opposing teams. Data is good. The matchup's great. I love this for the second leg of our 5-leg parlay. All right, guys, third leg of our 5-leg parlay. Comment freaky if you made it this far into the video. Freaky Friday 5-leg parlay. Make sure to comment freaky down below. I'd appreciate you guys who are still here watching. I know today's video, we had a little bit of a long time getting into the picks. Apology for that. Sometimes when you have a big day like yesterday, you gotta do a little victory lap there. But here we go. Third leg of our 5-leg parlay. We got Spurs Nuggets, 8 p.m. tip-off. We're going Victor Wembanyama over 8.5 rebounds. This is the highest line of our pick slate here. Minus 250 odds here for Wembanyama. The data's solid. He's cashed in 7 of his last 10 games, averaging 12.1 rebounds per game. You look at his last 20 games, 85% hit rate, 17 of his last 20 games, averaging 11.9 rebounds per game. On the year so far, it's 74% hit rate, 52 out of 70 games he's cashed this over, averaging 10.61 rebounds per game. But maybe most importantly, the head-to-head matchup here. Each of the last 3 times he's faced off with the Nuggets this year, he has cashed the over. He's averaging 11.67 rebounds per game. They just played, I think about a week ago, a little more than a week ago. He had 15 rebounds in an overtime loss to Denver here. Betting Wemby's points is always a little bit of a struggle here, but his rebounds, not so much. Now, the Nuggets don't usually give up a ton of rebounds to opposing bigs, but again, Wembanyama's covered this all 3 times he's faced off with Denver. And look at the injuries. The Spurs obviously have a lot of guys out tonight for San Antonio. For the Nuggets, they have a lot of guys that are game time decisions. The Nuggets basically have the 1 seed. Now, I don't know if it's officially clinched yet. They have a 1-game lead now over Minnesota with 2 games to go. But Denver, obviously, you see here, a lot of guys could be resting now. Denver's basically, I think they have a top 2 seed already locked up. I don't know if I don't think they've clinched the number 1 seed officially. But I'm pretty sure the 1 seed's theirs, essentially. This should be a win for them. I don't imagine these guys playing a ton of minutes here. And I just basically put a filter here to show what Wembanyama's numbers look like this year with most of those guys who the Spurs have out, like Keldon Johnson, no Sochan, no Vassell. What that looks like, he's only played 4 games this year without all those guys. And he's averaging 10.75 rebounds per game. He's hit it at a 75% hit rate, 3 out of 4 games. So those guys being out doesn't really affect his ability to grab boards. Look, it's minus 250 for a reason. I really like the spot here. You're going to have a lot of bench players playing, which means a lot of missed shots, which means a lot of rebound potential for Wembanyama. One more stat to show you guys the rebound chances per game versus Denver. He's averaging 17.3 rebound chances per game against the Nuggets. And you see here the last time they played, all those guys I just mentioned being out were out the last time they played. He had 22 rebound chances and 15 rebounds. I think we're going to see a very similar situation here today for Wemby. All right, guys, 4th leg of our 5-leg parlay. We're going Bucks Thunder, 8 p.m. tip-off. We're going Josh Giddey over 19.5 points plus rebounds. We're getting this for minus 180 odds on DraftKings. He's cashed this line in 8 of his last 10 games, an 80% hit rate, averaging 26.5 points plus rebounds per game. Pretty good numbers there for Josh Giddey. He stretched that out to his last 20 games, a 70% hit rate. He's cashed it in 14 of his last 20 games, averaging 23.6 points plus rebounds per game. The season numbers, not great, a 44% hit rate on the year, averaging 18.81 points plus rebounds per game. But again, early in the year, he really was having a rough start to the year. He has, of late, been really, really good for OKC. And look at the head-to-head data. Each of the last 3 times he's played the Bucks, dating back to last year, he's cashed his over. The one time they played this year on March 24th, not too long ago, in an overtime loss, he had 19 points and 9 rebounds versus Milwaukee. Look at the injury report. No Giannis, obviously, for the Bucks. A couple bench players out for Milwaukee. Also, the rest of their team are game time decisions. We'll see who plays and who doesn't. For the Thunder, they look pretty much completely healthy. Lou Dortz may not play as a game time decision for rest reasons. But as of now, it looks like the Thunder are going to have most of their team intact for this matchup. When you look at defensively, the Bucks this season overall, they are bottom 10 in the NBA in points allowed and bottom half of the league and rebounds allowed in general to opposing teams. Versus the shooting guard position, they are bottom 4 in both points allowed and rebounds allowed to opposing shooting guards. I think that will remain the same here. They struggled to guard the perimeter, and I think Josh Giddey has a pretty big game here versus Milwaukee. All right, guys, fifth and final leg of today's parlay. We're going Raptors Heat, 8 p.m. tip-off. We're going R.J. Barrett over 17.5 points. We're getting it from minus 175 on DraftKings, and you see here the data is fantastic. He's cashed this in 9 of his last 10 games. You see here, you narrow it down to his last 5 since returning from the unfortunate passing of his brother. You see he's been a covering machine here. This April 2nd through April 9th. You see he scored at least 22 points in each of his last 4 games. But overall in the year, really great stuff. 65% hit rate on the season. Head-to-head, the one time he's played Miami since joining the Raptors back on January 17th, he had 26 points and an overtime win for Toronto. So pretty good last 20 games, 80% hit rate. All right, guys, here is our 5-leg parlay. Again, I will take I can share the link here. I'll post it in the description. So when you look in the description for the video, the link will be posted for these picks. And again, when you click that link, it's very easy. You click it. It'll actually take you. This is the exact screen. So this is me clicking that link. It'll take you to this screen. And you see here, tailing picks is easier than ever before. No more recreating bet slips. Very easy. It'll take you here. It'll show you this. And then all you're going to do is click, DraftKings, add to bet slip. It'll take you right to DraftKings. And you don't have to do anything else. It'll bet it for you. All you got to do is put in how much you want to bet and obviously log into DraftKings. So pretty easy process here. Trying to make it as easy as I can for you guys so you can just go ahead and just bet the picks and tail if you'd like. So here we go. Real quick recap. Jaden McDaniels over 11.5 points plus rebounds. Victor Wembanyama over 8.5 rebounds. Josh Giddey over 19.5 points plus rebounds. RJ Barrett over 17.5 points. And Karis LeVert over 19.5 points plus rebounds plus assists. You parlay all 5 of those together, you get a parlay of plus 905 odds. Pretty good odds there. Guys, that is it for me today. Thank you very much, as always, for watching. One more time, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, drop a comment down below. All that good stuff. There is no NBA on tomorrow. I will have an MLB video out for tomorrow's slate. Normally, I don't do videos on Sunday, depending on how I feel. Again, I kind of want to use the Sunday to get my voice right. Although I feel like I sound pretty good for the most part. I'm debating having Sunday being, of course, the last day of the NBA regular season. I might go ahead and put out a parlay video. Maybe not do straight props. I'll probably just do maybe a freaky Sunday. I don't know. A salty Sunday. We'll figure out a name for it. We'll do some sort of maybe a 5-leg, 6-leg parlay on Sunday to close out the regular season. We'll see how I'm feeling come then. But no promises. But again, we would no video tomorrow. So if I don't see you guys on Sunday, I will see you guys when the NBA play-in tournament starts next week. But until then, guys, whether it be Sunday or next week, thank you very much as always for watching. And I hope we're all winners.